You know, it's pretty wild when you stop and think about it, how one tiny moment, an action that feels like nothing at all, can totally set off a chain reaction that you just could never see coming. So let's get into this, because today we are exploring the incredible and often surprising power of small acts of kindness. So let me ask you this. Can a simple act of kindness actually be worth $10,000? I know it sounds like a riddle, right? But what if I told you it's a real story? Well, stick around because the answer is pretty mind-blowing. And yeah, it all kicks off with something about as normal as it gets, a carton of milk and a woman named Tracy Warshaw. All right, so picture this. It's 2015, it's that crazy holiday season, shops are packed, everyone's rushing around. We've all been there, right? Tracy's just waiting in line at the grocery store, and the guy in front of her has that awful, sinking feeling. He realizes he's forgotten his wallet. So, what does Tracy do? She doesn't even hesitate. She just steps up and pays for his stuff. His milk, a few other things. The man is grateful, he thanks her, asks her name, and then that's it. They both head out. A simple, nice gesture. End of story, right? Oh, not even close. So fast forward about a month, Tracy gets this call from her work. She worked at a cancer charity, and it turns out that stranger from the grocery store had tracked her down. She must have been wearing a t-shirt with the charity's name on it or something. And he donated $10,000, all in her name. I mean, when you lay it out like this, the timeline is just, wow. It all starts with that one little moment in a store. A whole month passes. And the final result? This massive donation that went on to help so many people. It's just incredible. And Tracy herself just nails it right here. In her own words, she's excited that one small gesture made a huge difference. An act that probably cost her, what, a few bucks? It created this massive impact that reached way, way beyond that one grocery store line. Tracy's story isn't just a feel-good moment. It's actually a perfect real-world example of a really powerful idea called the ripple effect. You know what I'm talking about, the ripple effect. It's this idea that one single action, like dropping a little pebble into a pond, sends out these waves that just keep going. Tracy's kindness, that was the pebble. And that $10,000 donation, that was just one of the first ripples. Okay, so that's spontaneous kindness. But what happens when this ripple effect isn't just left to chance? What if you could actually design it? What if you could build systems specifically designed for good? Let's check out two amazing examples of people who did exactly that. So let's meet Vern Jones and Lisa Ludwinski, and their stories could not have started more differently. For one, the inspiration came from a lifelong dream to climb a mountain. For the other, it all started with baking pies in her parents' kitchen. So at 62 years old, Vern Jones finally does it. He climbs Mount Kilimanjaro. It's this incredible personal achievement. But while he's up there, he notices something that really bothers him. The local guides, the very guys making his dream possible, were working in really dangerous conditions, a lot of them without the right gear. So what does he do? He builds something. He starts the Kilimanjaro Summit Club. But here's the genius part. It's not just a charity. It's a whole self-sustaining system. They sell gear to climbers, and the money from that goes directly to buying proper equipment for the guides. Plus, the guides even get a commission. It's a system that keeps on giving. All right, now let's jump over to Detroit. Back in 2012, Lisa Ludwinski starts this little business out of her parents' kitchen, selling just 40 pies. But people went absolutely crazy for them. The reaction was so huge, she knew she had to think bigger, and she wanted to build something that was all about community. And boy, did her community show up for her. To open her bakery, which she called Sister Pie, she ran a 24-hour fundraiser. And get this, look at that number. She raised over $26,000 in a single day. People really, really believed in what she was doing. And this is where she did something just brilliant. She built kindness right into her business plan. She created the Pie It Forward system. It's so simple and so beautiful. When you buy a slice of pie, you can buy an extra one. A little coupon for that slice goes up on the wall, and anyone who's hungry or can't afford it can come in and grab one. No questions asked. I mean, just imagine that for a second. You walk into a warm bakery, maybe you're having a tough day, you don't have much money, and you get to have this amazing slice of pie, all because of a kind stranger you will probably never even meet. It's this perfect, tangible little act of community happening over and over every single day. So, we've gone from a grocery store to the top of a mountain to a little pie shop in Detroit. We've seen how kindness, whether it's totally spontaneous or carefully planned,
can create these incredible waves of change. So the big question is, what does all this mean for us?
Well, the lessons here are pretty clear, and they're really powerful. First, kindness can be random, or you can actually build systems for it. Second, you absolutely do not have to be rich to be generous. Tracy Worshall proved that. Third, one tiny gesture can have a massive, totally unpredictable impact. And finally, all of these actions, big and small, they're what stitch us together. They build stronger, better communities.
And that really just leaves one last question, and this one's for you. After hearing all this, after seeing what's possible, what small kindness, what tiny little pebble are you going to drop in the water today? What ripple are you going to start?